What's up everybody, Griffey here. I know you're waiting for your Stranger Things, your Great British Bake Off to come back, but in the meantime, there's a wonderful amount of awesome movies on Netflix that are leaving this June. Here's a list of 3 movies I think you should watch before they disappear. Number 3, 2014's Godzilla. I don't think it is an exaggeration to say that so far 2024 has been the year of Godzilla. Godzilla Minus One, which you can also find on Netflix right now, won the Godzilla franchise its first ever Academy Award for Best Visual Effects. Godzilla vs. Kong came out at the global box office, right? There's even an Apple show, Monsterverse. There's a lot of Godzilla content out right now. So in 2014, we hadn't had a Godzilla since the 1998 Godzilla, right? Very much like the Knicks, Godzilla was in Madison Square Garden and it just kind of disappeared from our minds, right? But 2014's Godzilla was our coming back to Godzilla. So at the very core, it's a story of Bryan Cranston and Aaron Taylor Johnson's father and son traveling the world, coming to grips with what they're doing to the environment, the planet, the kind of things that Godzilla was built on, right? Godzilla was an original fever dream interpretation of what it was like to live in Japan when we dropped atomic bombs on their country. The kind of art that came out of that was a world-ending giant kaiju dinosaur monster, right? This movie has a very keen sense of when Godzilla is background and when Godzilla needs to be front and center. It's wonderful to watch Godzilla's first emergence into Hawaii, right, as the tsunami follows. Big, chunky thighs, right? Godzilla has no thigh gap in this movie. This Godzilla movie, under Gareth Edwards' direction, has some of the most stunning Godzilla visuals we've ever gotten. When I saw Godzilla in IMAX, the scene of the soldiers doing the halo jump as they come down through the clouds, down past Godzilla and the Muto battling. These moments are such amazing. I mean, I've been a Godzilla fan since I was a kid. This movie feels like almost the perfect mix of the new and the old Godzilla. This movie brought us back and reminded us why we should be in awe and fear of Godzilla, right? That even though he saved us today, he also killed a ton of people we love. The human story is wonderful, the actors are great, and again, it is such a beautifully shot film. So let me the house! Number 2, Fear. If men all of a sudden had the formula to make Lifetime movies, Fear is the movie you would get. So Fear is a story about an underage girl, Reese Witherspoon. That was a revelation I had forgotten since I hadn't seen this movie since I was a teen. Where she meets David, right, played by Mark Wahlberg. At first he seems like a perfectly capable and apt and young boyfriend to date. Then all of a sudden their romance takes off at a torrid pace and David starts to unveil his true colors.
How are you? I need to talk to you.
One of the things that is so fun about this movie is watching Mark Wahlberg slowly unravel. Kind of in the great tradition of little kid horror movies, right? He's almost a Damien. He's almost from the Village of the Damned, right? This nice boy, hey, I'll say hello to your mother.
There was nothing going on behind those beautiful eyes.
As he takes a pen and tattoos on his own Nicole, number 4 Eva, you can't help but laugh when Nicole's dad confronts him. And Mark Wahlberg's grand plan is, I'm gonna punch myself in my own boobs and say that the dad did it. The parents trying to parent but save their relationship, but also shaming her at every turn. Why, when Alyssa Milano is attacked by David, does Reese turn on her so viciously? Trying to imagine what they were thinking when they wrote the movie Fear reminds me of Matthew McConaughey being lost in that room in Interstellar. Just how did this happen? Some of the things in this movie have aged like milk. That's impossible to avoid. There's a real 90s-ness to it that some younger audiences are like, gross, that's how you used to live. And we're just gonna say, yeah, that's how it was, and it sucked. The number 1 biggest sin of a movie is to be boring, to be forgettable. And I promise you this, if you watch Fear, for better or worse, you will never forget it.
We got special work to do here, you and me.
Number 1, A Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge. So this was a film that when it came out was much maligned by critics and a lot of audiences, right? This movie though is experiencing a wonderful kind of revisionist take. You can't even call the homoeroticism subtext, right? The different tone, right? The kind of queer elements of the story are right on Front Street.
Something is trying to get inside my body.
Yeah, and she's female and she's waiting for you in the cabana. And you want to sleep with me.
The Nightmare on Elm Street 2 does such a beautiful job of representing the fears and the horrors of young people coming to the age of sexuality. In this movie, we watch Jesse and Mark Patton really struggle with what's happening to them as a person as they're on the doorstep to adulthood. And watching Freddy come in and make them feel uncomfortable about that. That all of these feelings, right, all of these dreams and fantasies you're having are trying to tell you that you're the monster. We hear him say, "You have the body, I have the mind." The more intimate nature of Freddy and Jesse's bonded relationship makes it a more interesting place.
I need you, Jesse.
How about the scene when the bullies in school just wrap a snake around him as he's daydreaming? It's the first time in the franchise that we've seen someone fall asleep and had to confront the fact that sometimes life is just a nightmare without Freddy. That just because of Jesse's differences in what he's going through, he's bullied and targeted by monsters already.
If you want to play with animals, Mr. Walsh, join the circus.
That kind of stuff really relates to people, man. That's the kind of stuff that a lot of people experience in high school and life, and the kind of thing that makes this movie more than its peers. So there you go, 3 movies to watch before they leave Netflix on June 30th. So use your Netflix time not for chilling, but for actually watching. Pause the Fuller House and enjoy these wonderful movies.